Hello guys, good morning, welcome back to another video with me. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. So, let's get into a couple of details about this book to begin with. So this book is a paperback. It has 328 pages. It's written by our dear Freida McFadden. We are a fan of Freida McFadden on this channel, I can tell you that now, because I read a lot of her. This book is fictional. The genre or subject of the book is thriller and mystery. This is very, very mysterious, and it does have a lot of tense scenes. I started reading this on the 18th of June and I finished this on the 19th of June. This book was published in 2022, and in my opinion, this is Freida McFadden's most popular novel, and it's probably her debut. Because she probably became popular due to this. I think that this is, when you think of Freida McFadden, you think of The Housemaid, and so this is something that I associate Freida with. So I rated this book 4 stars. It wasn't a perfect book like Filthy Rich Vampire or Filthy Rich Fae. It was not up to that kind of grip. But what it was a very strong 4. So let's talk about this book. So I rated this book a 5 for setting and a 5 for characters. So the reason why I rated it a 5 for setting is because the setting of this book is mainly one location, which is okay for this kind of storyline because it's all set in the house. And it being set in the house, it kind of emphasises the room that the girl is in, and it kind of gives more detail of the room, and I really liked the descriptions of the settings. It made me imagine what the house was like, and to me the house was very long. It was very big, but it was the attic or the room in which the housemaid stays in is kind of the opposite. So they kind of Freida gives the idea that the characters are rich or wealthy, but this room that the housemaid stays in is in poor condition, disregarded, all of that, and it's small and it's not the best, and that's why I like the setting of the room, and that's why I gave it a 5. The characters there are 3 main characters in this book. So there's Nina Winchester, there is Nina's husband, who I can't remember his name. Hold on a sec. I think it's Andrew. So we have Nina Winchester, Andrew Winchester, and then we have our main character Millie, who is the housemaid. And these characters are very well written, and the interpretation of these characters, they're very well good. So yeah, I really like the characters. The readability I put was a 4. It was easy to read, easy to follow. Freida's writing style is very good that way, and you can easily read the book. The enjoyment I put down was 4 because I definitely enjoyed this book. I read it in one night, so I read it from the 18th to the 19th. And I did not want to put the book down. The writing style, as you know, Freida's writing style is a classic. And the plots, because Freida always includes plot twists, these plot twists in The Housemaid weren't particularly shocking. I thought that, yeah, the plot twists were intense. And I did not find them particularly shocking, but I was surprised about some of them. I think there was like one that I was surprised about, but the others I think were like, oh, okay. I decided to read The Housemaid now rather than like The Tenant or The Perfect Son or The Locked Door, just because there is a Housemaid movie that is coming out in December of 2025, and I wanted to read The Housemaid now so that I was able to formulate a review, but also know what I'm going to be watching so I can compare the movie to the book. Yeah. So, I thought that the book was good in terms of the storyline. I really enjoyed it. The plot twists were good. They were enjoyable and they were unique and, you know, highly unexpected in some areas. I was unsure what Freida McFadden wanted to do with the aim for the audience. So I don't know what she wanted the audience to feel or react, or how fulfilled they felt when they read it, but I personally felt like I wanted to continue reading and find out what was going on. I love the fact that Freida McFadden creates short chapters, as that creates emphasis, and it really makes me want to read more because the chapters are shorter. So it makes me read a lot more because I'm like, okay, I haven't got that long left to read, and so I do. So I would recommend this book as a Freida start-off, as I do think that if you want to read Freida McFadden, I do think that this is one of those books that would get you into Freida McFadden. It is, obviously, like I said at the beginning, I think it's one of her stronger books, and it's probably one that she's most famous for. This is a series, by the way. There is a Housemaid series. I don't know if it's written in here. Okay, so we have The Housemaid, The Housemaid's Secret, The Housemaid's Wedding, and The Housemaid is Watching, I think, because that isn't written in here because this came out in 2022, so these books have came out after. But I do know, I have been told by people who have read the other Housemaid books that they do not follow on from the first one. I think they are their own standalone books, which is okay. But I was under the impression that the Housemaid series followed on from each other, because at the end of this book it kind of gives you that idea that the books will follow on, because Freida kind of left the ending open for a follow-on, if you get what I'm saying. So I'll read the blurb. So it says, "Every day I clean the Winchesters' beautiful house. I collect their daughter from school and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina Winchester makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband seems more broken every day. But it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life, the walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I only try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, but she soon finds out, and by the time I realise my bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of." And then, obviously on the front cover, from behind closed doors, she sees everything. Now, this is really good. I like the way that Freida portrays characters as being something that they're not. And the blurb definitely does not give a lot away, which I really like. And yeah, I hope that you read this book, because it is really unexpected and it's good in its own right. But out of all of the Freida McFadden books that I've read, this one is not bad. But I don't think that I will read at this point. I don't think I will read the other Housemaid books. One, because they're only making a Housemaid movie, so it's only focused on this one. But also because it doesn't follow on, so I don't feel like right at this moment I have to read the others. I will probably read them at a later date after I've read more Freida McFadden books. Because, like Filthy Rich Vampire, Filthy Rich Fate, it's like, right, I have to buy the other books to find out what happens next. So I'm more in a rush to read Filthy Rich Fate and Filthy Rich Vampire than I am with The Housemaid, because the books don't follow on. But I will show you what book I am currently reading, and I'm currently reading Freida McFadden, The Tenant. So this is one of her most recent books. This came out in 2025, and I am on chapter 13 of about 50, because Freida McFadden has a tendency to create 50 chapters, and the book is only small, which I do like. She creates small chapters and they are really cool. So I'm reading The Tenant, and I'm reading it alongside my friend Freya, who is also reading The Tenant. And I told her when she came to see me, let's get it, well, I think she suggested it, let's get it together and let's read it at the same time. So that's what we're doing. I don't know how far she is through it yet. I haven't spoken to her, but I'm on chapter 13. So, yeah. I hope that you enjoyed the Housemaid book review. I will be reading and reviewing more books at a later date, but I'm hopefully going to be releasing more content as well for my A to Z reading challenge, because I have more books coming up that I've been reading for that challenge. But I'm also thinking of other reading challenges that I could be doing, or other kinds of book related content. And if you do want to see me unbox my Monster High Wednesday Addams, please comment, because she needs unboxing and I haven't done it yet, and I don't know if I should record it and put it on YouTube or if I should just unbox it at home. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. If you have read it, please tell me your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't, please do. And we might come back in December when we've watched the Housemaid movie and make a movie book comparison review. I don't know, I'll have to think about it, but I'll see you then. See you in the next one. Bye guys.